Talk about Garrett and how important he is.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Benny in the Booth podcast. Just getting everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day's going well, week's going well, weekend going well. Happy All-Star Game night. Tonight's the MLB All-Star Game. Chances are probably not going to end up going into the All-Star Game this stream, but if it does, I'll maybe do a live play-by-play for it, but probably won't. Should be done before the game. Also, I don't know if I'm really even going to pay attention much to the All-Star Game, to be honest. But we'll see. There is a chance I might be doing a Pittsburgh trip this year. I have been there before, but definitely a ballpark I'm willing to go back to. Up the wrong page share. There we go. Or it does the same thing again. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what is going on. Okay. There we go. So today's Immaculate Grid is Yankees, Angels played third base move one game, Pirates, Diamondbacks, and played only for one team. Let's get the played only for one teams out of the way. Third base played only for one team. Let's see, who do I want to go here? Or it doesn't have to be third base primary, but have played third base. Didn't Posada randomly? Pretty sure it did. Play. Okay, no. I feel like there's this the other guy I'm thinking of when no, the other guy definitely had no. Does Melvin Mora fit? When I think of him, he's only Orioles. Nope, not even close. Michael Brooks, no. No, Mueller, no. Rays, Longo, no. Huff, no. Blue Jays. Well, that technically counts, Junior. White Sox. No. Uribe, no. Like blinking. You know, I'm not gonna start there. Yankees, Pirates. I could go AJ Burnett. I could go Clay Holmes. I could go. I could go Goose Goss. I could go Rich Gossage. I could go Willie Randolph. But I've got an even better answer. 2%, I will take that. Pirates and Angels, I could go Y11. That's probably be a pretty good answer, being he's not known really for being an Angel. I think I am going to go that approach. Wow, that was a lot higher than I was expecting. Third base for the Pirates, I'm going to go Pedro Alvarez. 5%, okay. Diamondbacks, Yankees, I'm going to go Tyler Clippard. That's like a random reliever not known for playing for both. 0.8%. Angels, Diamondbacks. Darren O'Day, I don't think ever played for Diamondbacks. Street, no. Oh, Troy Gloss did, but he's probably going to be up there in more known names. I have to guess. Justin Upton would definitely be higher up. Known answer. Um, Angels, Diamondbacks. Oh, pretty sure he's played for both. Yep, 0.5%. Diamondbacks played third base. I would love to go Jake Lamb, but especially given the All-Star game and he made an All-Star team, I imagine he's probably gonna be somewhat of a popular answer. Any chance? 3%, I will take that. Only a Yankee. Jeter fits. Posada fits. Um, DiMaggio fits. Yogi fits. Whitey Ford. 3%, I will take that. Angels only. Percival, no. I don't know if there's even anyone from the two Angels that would fit. Anderson, Erstad, no. Salmon would fit. Trout fits. Well, Hoppy would fit. Rich, no. Wally, no. Donnie Moore, random answer, but oh no, I got it. I guess he played for more than just Angels. Who else? Who would have played for more than just who third? At least would give third base. Who played team? Oh, I'll go Cub. Fun answer. Matt Shaw, 4%. I'm surprised that high. Total rating score is 127. So top answers for each category: Pirates, Yankees at 26% is Garrett Cole. Pirates Angels at 13% is Dave Parker. Pirates third baseman with one game with 20% is Brian Hayes. Diamondbacks Yankees 43% is Randy Johnson. I forgot about that. Diamondbacks Angels at 17% is Justin Upton. Diamondbacks third baseman with one game is at 27% is Eugenio Suarez. Yankees only one team at 17% is Jared Jeter. Angels only one team at 52% is Mike Trout. And only one team played third baseman with one game at 13% is Mike Schmidt. So that's Immaculate Grid. Now for daily walk-off. So we're doing the Red Sox and the Dodgers, and it is all-star themed based on decades, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. Two-time All-Star for 90s and 2000s, just an All-Star for 2010s and 2020s. Player options: Xander Bogaerts, Kevin Youkilis, Matt Barnes, Jason Varitek, Roger Clemens, John Lester, Kenley Jansen, Josh Beckett, Koji Uehara, Nomar Garciaparra, Johnny Damon, Scott Cooper. So Nomar, Clemens, and Cooper, I believe, are going to be 90s. Varitek, Youkilis, Damon, 2000s. Lester, Beckett, Uehara. Yeah, I think this is... actually flip Youkilis and Beckett. I think that's fully correct. Yeah. Full correct answers: 1990s two-time All-Star with the Red Sox, Nomar Garciaparra, Roger Clemens, Scott Cooper. 2000s two-times All-Star with the Red Sox. I just want to see one thing. Okay. Two-time All-Star with the Red Sox, Jason Varitek, Josh Beckett, Johnny Damon. 2010s All-Star with the Red Sox, Koji Uehara, Kevin Youkilis, John Lester. And 2020s All-Star with the Red Sox, Xander Bogaerts, Kenley Jansen, and Matt Barnes. And we're going to do Dodgers, same category. Let's see something for later. Do I have... yeah. Okay. Okay, so same categories, different player options: Kevin Brown, Mike Piazza, Yasmani Grandal, Jock Peterson, Tyler Anderson, Walker Buehler, Gary Sheffield, Ramon Martinez, Clayton Kershaw, Paul Uduco, Hung Chi Kuo, and Eric Gagne. Kevin Brown, Mike Piazza, and Ramon Martinez, I'm going to say, are 90s. 2000s, Sheffield, Loduca, and Kuo. No, Gagne, Kershaw, Kuo, Rondal, 2010s, Anderson, Buehler, Jock, 2020s. So almost fully correct, except flip Kershaw and Jock and flip Sheffield and Brown, and now fully correct. So the full correct answer is 1990s two-time All-Star with the Dodgers, Gary Sheffield, Mike Piazza, Ramon Martinez. 2020s two-time All-Star with the Dodgers, Kevin Brown, Paul Uduco, Eric Gagne. 2010s All-Star with the Dodgers, Hung Chi Kuo, Yasmani Grandal, Jock Peterson. And 2020s All-Star with the Dodgers through 2023, Tyler Anderson, Walker Buehler, and Clayton Kershaw. Okay. About 10. So of course tonight is the All-Star game. I'm also still gonna give a look towards schedule of the first games on Friday, which is the resumption of regular games post the All-Star break. We're also going to talk about the Home Run Derby, because what a Home Run Derby it was last night. I actually didn't get to watch it live much because I had a dinner to go to, and for some reason ESPN was not letting me watch the game on my phone. I still don't. It was just weird. I don't know why. So I ended up tracking it for the most part. I watched the highlights in the end, but tracked it more tracked it than watched it live. Which is what it is. What can I do? But either way, we'll start with the All-Star events stuff first. And I'll dive into... well, no, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Let's start with the last few days of the regular season leading up to All-Star break. So from July 8th, Yankees beat the Mariners 10-3. Cal Raleigh's 2-run homer in the 8th, marking 36 homers this season, moves him into the third most homers before All-Star break, passing 2001 Luis Gonzalez and 1998 Ken Griffey Jr., now only behind Barry Bonds' 39 and 2013 Chris Davis, 1998 Mark McGwire, and 1969 Reggie Jackson's 37. Also ties him with Mickey Mantle for the most by switch hitter in his team's first 91 games of the season. Sorry about that. Brewers beat the Dodgers 3-1. Shohei Ohtani's leadoff homer in the third pitch of the game is his 31st homer of the season, which in 93 games, which passes 2019 Bellinger in 1951. I believe Duke Snyder's 30, and now only behind Gil Hodges, and only behind 1955 Duke Snyder and 2000 Gary Sheffield's 32. Jacob Mizorowski's 4 hits and 12 strikeouts marks 33 strikeouts and 12 hits, making him second pitcher to have 30 plus strikeouts and 12 or less hits in first 5 career outings. At least the last 125 seasons, joining teammate Freddie Peralta. Also, his 8 plus strikeouts through first 3 innings of the game makes him the 4th pitcher to do so in MLB history, joining Brandon Woodruff on September 28th, 2022, and Corbin Burns on March 31st, 2019, and May 31st, 2009, Giovanni Gallardo. Also, his 10 strikeouts through first 4 innings of a game makes him the 2nd pitcher to do so, joining Corbin Burns. Also, 12 strikeouts through 5, making him the 2nd pitcher to do so, joining Corbin Burns. Giants beat the Phillies 4-3. Patrick Bailey's walk-off through run inside the park homer in the 9th is his first walk-off inside the park homer since Tyler is the first in MLB since Tyler Naquin for Cleveland in 2016 on September 19th against the Toronto Blue Jays. It is very famous, and you can easily find it on YouTube. Last one before that was Angel Pagan on May 25th, 2013. That's San Francisco Giants / New York Giants' only other one since the start of the 1932 season. Also makes him the 3rd catcher with an walk-off inside the park homer, joining Benji Molina on August 11th, Benny Tate, sorry, not Benji Molina, of the Washington Center / Minnesota Twins on August 11th, 1926. And August 4th, 1907, Pat Moran of the Cubs. Also marks the 5th inside the park homer when trailing by multiple runs since 1920, joining May 15, 1989, Bob Dearner, Phillies over the Giants. June 24th, 1984, Tim Tufel, Twins. July 25th, 1956, someone with Pirates. And then July 25th, 1937, Tom Wisnett with the Brooklyn Dodgers / LA Dodgers. Ooh. A's beat the Braves 10-1. Lawrence Butler's leadoff inside the park homer on the first pitch of the inning makes him the first A's player to do so since Elmer Vallow on June 25th, 1943. Also is the first A inside the park homer since 2006 ALDS Game 2 against the Twins' Mark Kotsay. That was the longest active drought of any team entering today. Longest now is the White Sox. Last one being August 19, 2017, Nicky Delmonico. And drawing my note with both the inside the park homers, today was the first day since at least 1900 that both a leadoff inside the park homer and a walk-off inside the park homer happened in the same day. Oh! That's it for June 8th. For June 9th, Yankees beat the Mariners 9-6. Logan Evans' intentional walk of Joe in the second is his 24th this season, which passes 1957, making Mantle's 23 for most of the season in Yankees history. Braves beat the A's 9-2. Ron Acuna Jr.'s 2 homer games is 14th from the leadoff spot, which is tied for 4th most in MLB history behind Mookie Betts 26, George Springer 22, Schwarber's 21, and Alfonso Soriano's 2019, and tied with Francisco Lindor and Brady Anderson. That's it for July 9th. For July 10th, Cubs beat the Twins 8-1. PCA's 2 homer game marks his 25-27 season in the first 92 games of the season, which is 3rd fewest games to reach 25-25 in a season, more than 1989 Eric Davis 69 and 2002 Alfonso Soriano and 1973 Bobby Bonds 91. And also, let's say Suzuki having 25 homers for the 93 games. They are the first Cubs teammates to reach 25 homers before Cubs' 95th game of the season. Yankees beat the Mariners 6-5 in 10 innings. Brian Ruiz 7 no-hit innings pitched marks 10 consecutive starts of at least 6 innings to start a season, which is second most for a starting pitcher since 2015, 2019, Clay Kershaw's 23. Yankees also the first team to win a game where they had no hits and trailed by 5+ runs through 7 innings since the Pirates on June 24th, 1977. Those are the only 2 such times such wins since 1961. That's it for June 10th. For June 11th, Yankees shut out the Cubs 11-0. Bellinger had a 3-homer game for the Yankees, which makes the Yankees the first team to have three individual 3-homer games in the season, second behind 2001 Brewers, 1956 Reds, and 1950 Dodgers 4. Also makes him the first player in MLB history with a 3-homer game in his first game against his former team, aka the Cubs. Mariners hammered the Tigers 12-3. Cal Raleigh's 2-homer game is his 8th multi-homer game this season, which is tied for most in the season in Mariners history, tied with 1997 Ken Griffey Jr. and tied with 1969 Reggie Jackson and 2009 Albert Pujols for the most multi-homer games in the first 94 games of the season. Also ties him with 1961 Mickey Mantle for most multi-homer games in a season by a switch hitter. Also is his second most homers before All-Star break. Only behind Barry Bonds' 39 and passing 2013 Chris Davis and 1998 Mark McGwire and 1969 Reggie Jackson's 37. Giants beat the Dodgers 8-7. Shohei Ohtani's third homer in the third is his 32nd in Dodgers' first 95 games of the season, which is second most in Dodgers history, behind 2000 Gary Sheffield and 1955 Duke Snider's 33, and ahead of 2019 Bellinger 31 and 1951 Gil Hodges 30. Also tied for second most for himself before All-Star break with 2023 and 2021's 33. That's it for June 11th. For June 12th, the Cubs beat the Yankees 5-2. Aaron Judge's 2-run homer in the ninth is his 350th career homer in 1088 games, which is the fewest games to reach to the milestone in MLB history, ahead of Mark McGwire's 1280, Juan Gonzalez 1298, A-Rod's 1301, Harmon Killebrews 1319, and Albert Pujols' 1320. Also marks 35 homers this season, making him the fifth player to do so in the first 95 games of the season multiple times, joining Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., Mark McGwire, and Babe Ruth 4 times. Mets beat the Royals 3-1. Juan Soto's 2-run homer in the fourth is his 23rd this season, which is most for his own career in the first 96 games of the season, passing last season's 22. Nationals. No. Angels. No. Brewers beat the Nationals 6-5. Ray House's 2-homer game makes him the fifth Nationals player / Expo to hit first 2 career homers in the same game, joining June 13, 2012 Tyler Moore, May 12, 2010 Roger Bernardino, August 20th, 2006 Brandon Harper, and August 2nd, 1991 Brett Barbery. Angels beat the Diamondbacks 10-5. Eugenio Suarez leadoff solo homer in the second, marks his 30th this season for him, making him the fifth player this season to 30 plus homers in the first 96 games of the season, with Judge, Schwarber, Shohei Ohtani, and Cal Raleigh, which is the sixth season this has happened, joining 2006, 2001, 2019, 1999, and 1998. And a general note from this day, or 2 general notes, with Yu Darvish of the Padres, Shinosuke Ogasawa of the Nationals, Yusei Kikuchi of the Angels, and Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers, all having started in their respective games on this day. It's the first time in MLB history that 4 different Japan-born starting pitchers start on the same day. And then also with the Judge Homer, him and Cal Raleigh both have 35 plus homers in the first 95 games of the season. This season, the fifth season with multiple players to have 35 plus homers in teams' first 95 games, joining 2001 Barry Bonds and Luis Gonzalez, 1998 Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and Ken Griffey Jr., 1994 Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, and 1961 Roger Ramirez and Mickey Mantle, a.k.a. the M&M Boys. And then from June 13th, Marlins beat the Orioles 11-1, and Kyle Stowers' 3-homer game makes him the fifth player to hit 3 plus homers in the game versus a team he played for either the previous or the same season, joining Bellinger on Friday, September 12th, 1961, Dom Demeter of Phillies playing on against his Dodgers, his former team. July 6, 1934, Hal Lee of the Boston Braves, now Atlanta Braves, current team at that time, against the Phillies, former team. And September 20th, 1928, George Harper, Cardinals team he played for, against the New York / San Francisco Giants, a team he was his former team. And then as for home run derby recap, So for context, I didn't mention this in the podcast, stupidly, but my winner pick was Cal and or not Cal Raleigh, Matt Olson. That did not last long. Cal Raleigh won the home run derby 18-15. How the round results went: round one, where everyone faces each other in the top four advance. The top four were O'Neill, Cruz, Jimmy, Byron Buxton, and then based on a mini factor of a distance and a homer, Cal Raleigh over Brent Rooker, which Cruz and Camillero had 21, Buxton had 20, Cal Raleigh had 17, Brent Rooker had 17, James Wood had 16, Matt Olson had 15, and Jazz only had 3. The matchups then were O'Neill Cruz against Cal Raleigh, Junior Camillero against Byron Buxton. Camillero beat out Buxton 8-7. Raleigh beat out Cruz 18-13, 19-13. And then Cal Raleigh beat out Junior Camillero 18-15 to Derby. And FYI, one of O'Neill Cruz's homers in the second round left Truist Park. Like, literally went over the chop house and over it all and left the park over 500 feet, which is a feat in its own. I don't know if that's ever happened in an actual game, but the fact that that's even happened in general is something. But that is it for the Nerds part. Standings update, as this is firm through today, will be firm until Friday when the games resume again. AL East, Blue Jays in first place at 55-41, followed by the 53-43 Yankees, followed by the 53-45 Red Sox, followed by the 50-47 Braves, followed by the 43-52 Orioles. In the AL Central, the Tigers in first place at 59-38, followed by the 47-49 Twins, followed by the 47-50 Royals, followed by the 46-49 Guardians, followed by the 32-65 White Sox. In the AL West, the Astros in first place at 56-40, followed by the 51-45 Mariners, followed by the 48-49 Rangers, followed by the 47-49 Angels, followed by the 41-57 A's. In the NL East, the Phillies in first place at 55-41, followed by the 55-42 Mets, followed by the 44-51 Marlins, followed by the 42-53 Braves, followed by the 38-58 Nationals. In the NL Central, the Cubs in first place at 57-39, followed by the 56-48 Brewers, followed by the 50-47 Cardinals and Reds, followed by the 39-58 Pirates. And in the NL West, the Dodgers in first place at 58-39, followed by the 52-44 Padres, followed by the 52-45 Giants, followed by the 47-50 Diamondbacks, followed by the 22-74 Rockies. As tonight, we have the MLB All-Star Game. Start around 8 on Fox. Pitching matchup is Tariq Skubal against Paul Skeens. Lineups are here if you are not watching on YouTube or don't have video access. The lineups are Gleyber Torres, Riley Green, Aaron Judge, second base, left field, right field. Cal Raleigh, Vlad Jr., Ryan O'Hearn, catcher, first base, DH, Junior Camillero, Javier Baez, Jacob Wilson, third base, center field, and shortstop. As for the AL, for the NL, Shohei Ohtani, Ronald Acuna Jr., Cantel Marte, DH, left field, second base, Freddie Freeman, Manny Machado, Will Smith, first base, third base, catcher, Kyle Tucker, Francisco Lindor, and PCA, right field, shortstop, and center field. That is the All-Star Game starting lineup. And then as situation that the game is tonight on Fox. And then as for the games on Friday, which will be the resumption of the regular season, Red Sox at Cubs at 2:20, Lucas Giolito against Colin Ray. White Sox at Pirates at 6:40, no stars have been announced. Padres and Nationals at 6:45, no stars have been announced. Angels at Phillies at 6:45, no start for the Angels yet. Jesus Luzardo will be starting for the Phillies. Blue Jays at Giants at 7:07, nobody for the Giants has been announced against Chris Bassett. Reds at Mets at 7:10, Nick Lodolo against TBA. A's at Guardians at 7:10. No starter against at the moment against Late Ciccone. Royals Marlins 7:10. No stars been announced for either team. Yankees Braves at 7:15. No stars been announced for either team. Orioles at Rays at 7:35. Charlie Moore against Hodge Bradley. Tigers at Rangers at 8:05. Results against star to be announced. Twins at Rockies at 8:40. No starter announced yet against Kyle Freeland. Cardinals Diamondbacks at 9:40. No starter announced for either team yet. Astros Mariners at 10:10. No starter has been announced yet. And Brewers Dodgers at 10:10. No starter has been announced for that game. And that's it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you're new on YouTube, leave a like and subscribe on the notification bell to notify when I go live and post a video. If you're new in audio, follow the podcast, leave a review and notification bell to notify when I post on there. Thank you so much for watching, listening. If you're going to be watching the All-Star game tonight, enjoy. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Bye.